Good morning and welcome, everybody. I'm your host, PsychCoffee, and we're back with another episode of Frog Detective. We are continuing on with episode 3. We just finished up with, we talked to almost everyone in the town, kind of got their scoop on the whole ordeal of the missing hats, and now we're going to figure it out. We're going to get everything that people need and figure out this mystery. Let's get into this. I want to know what happens. These mysteries have always resolved themselves very uniquely, and it's kind of fun to see how it twists and turns, because you're like, I don't really know what's going on. No one seems too suspicious about this whole thing. And it's like, oh, wow, it was this or that, right? So let's learn who this koala is. I sit and ponder, detective. Is this theft a bad thing? Perhaps. But who are we to determine good and bad? A stolen hat is a message. Do not let yourself be shielded. The light of the sun holds more answers than we think. Answers to what? Questions. What questions? Why is it so bright out here? How do I charge this solar-powered bobblehead? And more, I'm certain of it. We spend so much time focused on how to find the missing hats and no time considering why we had them in the first place. I would assume for sun protection. Protection? From the sun? What harm does the sun pose to us? The sun can be bad for your skin. If I stay in the sun too long, my skin goes all crispy. I turn into a crispy fried snack. Is being crispy wrong, detective? It's wrong for me. Who are we to determine wrong and right? Well, I'm the frog detective, and I am just a lonely poet trying to make sense of the world. It's nice to meet you. And you. You sure think a lot about things, huh? I try, but I think I get it wrong a lot of the time. Who are we to determine wrong and right? Haha. Haha. If you don't mind me saying, you don't look too much like a cowboy. Oh, I'm no cowboy. I'm Dusty. I'm an outlaw slash poet. I'm trying to compose the perfect cowboy poem. It's taking forever. I'm no good at this. But you have so much to say. Yes, but when I write it down, it gets so muddled, nothing comes out right. I'm sure it sounds great. It doesn't. I'm ashamed to even show anyone. You can show me, I won't judge. Okay. Ahem. A cowboy's life is so much fun, sitting round on your bum. Ride with a scooter, sing a tune, say a yee-haw in the afternoon. The sun is bright, their smiles shine brighter when waving at this lonely rider. I give a nod and smile back too, yet I wish I could be someone new. An outlaw's life is not for me. I want to ride and be carefree. Instead, I sit and write stuff down, not fitting in with this cowboy town. That's my poem. It's beautiful. I would say that's the perfect cowboy poem. Thanks, but I think I want to write a new one. Do you mind if I ask you some questions about the case then? Go ahead. And by that I mean ask me more about this, or tell me more about the perfect cowboy poem. Do you need any help with it? I would love that. Nobody here really gets me, you know? Totally. I'll show you what I have so far, and maybe you can help me finish it? Sure. Ahem. I saw a cowboy eat a snack, a bowl of cereal. Near the tracks. Near the tracks. Nice. I saw a cowboy eat a snack, a bowl of cereal near the tracks. He finished quickly, smart and sure, then headed off. To get some more. He finished quickly, smart and sure, then headed off to get some more. But just ahead, to his shock, there was Nessie from the lock. Okay, sure. But just ahead, to his shock, there was Nessie from the lock. He waddled over, concentrated face, only to discover a tumbleweed in its place. Ooh, plot twist, okay. He waddled over, concentrated face, only to discover a tumbleweed in its place. The cowboy smiled and shook his head, and off he went. Back to bed. The cowboy smiled and shook his head, and off he went back to bed. Aha! It's perfect. The perfect poem. I can't wait to recite it in front of a crowd. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Detective. It wasn't a problem at all. I had lots of fun. I feel like I understand the cowboy life a bit better now. Maybe one day I'll feel confident enough to become one myself. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks. Hey, since I've written the perfect poem, I don't need my writing supplies anymore. Really? You don't want to write any more poems? No, I do. But every time I start a new project, I like to use tools. So I don't take the energy of the old poem with me. Sounds expensive. Yeah. Anyway, take them. We need to go through all of this and figure, because I don't remember who it was that needed that. But someone needs a writing set. Motive of Destiny. Wanted to absorb cowboy powers through cowboy hat osmosis? Probably not. Poet, icon, legend, friend. Longs to live the cowboy life. Not great at budgeting. Ooh. Okay. Let's take a minute to look at this. Refresh ourselves here. We have the scooter, gloves, a portrait. We need to give that back to her. Money to go buy some carrots. And a writing set. He needs stew. Or, well, he needs a meal. It's probably going to be the stew. So we need to get her the stuff that she needs. The flowers, I believe, and the carrots in order to get that stew ready. And then she'll give us some. And we can give that to him. Doesn't really have a need yet. We haven't talked to him about the mine or anything. Definitive proof of a ghost. So we gotta go to those pictures. Probably gonna get the one from the graveyard because they were saying that's haunted. Just needs to be left alone. Yeah, we don't know anything about that. Once her portrait painted, we gotta turn that into her. Right. Oh, okay. The mouse needs the resume. So we need to give her the writing materials. We helped him out. Yeah, the carrots and the cactus, flower, and then needs just someone to talk to, I think. Yeah. All right, and then us. Okay, so let's start giving people things. Let's figure this all out, yeah? You, Rhonda. Here's your writing stuff. Oh, how did you get those so quickly? I helped to compose a beautiful poem. Sounds boring. But thanks for getting those writing supplies for me. I appreciate it. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I have a bunch of skills. I wish I had a bunch of skills. We can't all be Rhonda Dynamite. So we might need her to do something. So we'll have to remember that then. That she's willing to help us with forging or whatever. Okay. Next we have... Oh. Oh yeah, I press shift. Instinctive to just start running around. Oh, this used to be a place. Is this like a town center type of thing? You! I love that I can just do that. That's awesome. Yo! I have your portrait. So, you're not gonna believe this. What is it? I managed to get you a portrait. Wait, seriously? Yep. Pistol the painter saw your photo and he thought you were the perfect muse. He said that? About me? Sure did. Can I see the painting? Sure, I'll hang it up for you. There it is. Wow, it's great. Pistol's so talented. How much do I owe him? No charge. He was just glad to be free of the witch's cyberspace curse. I'm sorry, what? It's the whole thing. Don't worry about it. The painting isn't cursed, is it? I don't think so. Well, good. Thanks so much for getting this portrait for me, detective. It was no problem at all. What can I give you for the trouble? Let me think. Oh, I know. Take this ladder. A whole ladder. That seems quite big. You'll barely notice you're holding it, I promise. If you say so. Thanks. We now have a ladder, so we can go to that well. No idea why we're going to go to the well, but cool. Just, you know, a ladder. Awesome. Are you the one that we can... Oh, carrots. Yeah, carrots. We got to buy these. Can I please buy these? Do you have money? I sure do. Plenty of it. Okay, no need to brag. Take as many as you need. Thanks. No need to brag. We have the carrots, everybody. Okay. So... You... What did you... Do you need something still? Definitive proof of a ghost. Right, so we'll have to go back there and check that out. But let's talk to you. You still want to break in. We don't know anything else about you. Excuse me, Susie Rabbit. Hello? What? It's me, the detective. Yeah, I know. They should call you the Flake. Why? Because you always flake on your promises. I'm gonna have to break in on my own now. I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, I didn't ask. Why are you breaking in anyway? Bit nosy for someone who doesn't want to help. Being nosy is my job. Fine. I don't have any ID, so I can't get into my vault. Oh. So you only want to steal things that belong to you? Yeah. Surely there's another way of getting them? Oh, so now you want to help. Typical. I just mean, breaking in sounds dangerous. You could get hurt. I heard all these banks are booby-trapped. Why? So people don't break in. What? What's wrong with breaking in? Well, the point of a bank is to keep valuables safe. If people can break in, it kind of defeats the purpose of a bank. I'm starting to get it. Oh, that's so annoying. I have a piece of evidence that is vital to the missing hats case. Wait, what? I could really use that. Ah, so you'll help me? I really shouldn't. Kind of evidence. It's a map. I think it might lead to where the hats are hidden. I found it this morning, right after the hats were stolen. It had big letters on the top that said, "Crime Map. Eat after reading." I didn't eat it, obviously. That's good to hear. Maybe there's another way to get into your vault? Mind if I ask you some more questions? Please tell me more about this vault. So let's brainstorm ideas to get into the vault. Oh, sure. What about we kick the bank teller? What? Absolutely not. I'm joking, obviously. Were you? No, I wasn't. Okay. New idea. Well, find your ID. I'm gonna be honest with you, detective. What is it? I'm pretty sure my ID is in the bank vault. Oh, that's a conundrum. Yeah. But there's a silver lining. We live in a town filled with outlaws. I don't live here. Surely one of the outlaws will know how to make a fake ID. Is that against the rules? What rules? The bank rules. It's my vault. What are they gonna do? Ban me from my own possessions? I suppose not. Great. So it's settled. You'll get me a fake ID. What? No. Suit yourself. Theoretically, if I were to help. Yes, thank you, detective. I'll wait right here. Okay. What about this map? What about it? What can you tell me about it? Do you remember what it had on it? It was a map of the graveyard, I think. Oh, that's helpful. Barely helpful. The graveyard is massive. You'd be looking forever without some guide to tell you where to go. Besides, it's super haunted up there. I wouldn't want to spend too long looking around. It's haunted? That's what the rumors say. Do you remember anything else about the map? Nah, not really. Listen, if you can help me get into my vault, it's all yours. Sound like a good deal? I'll do my best. All right. Susie. Maybe she misplaced the hats in the vault. I don't know. Needs fake ID. Yikes. Short stature, shorter temper, ethical criminal, not a big believer in rules. Okay. I mean, it is her vault. Is it really breaking in if it's hers? Like, if it's your house and you gotta pry open a window to jump in, is it really breaking in? What's this? Oh, great. I can use this to orient myself if I get lost in this needlessly large town. Got a town map. I didn't realize that I'd get a town map. Not that it's really hard to figure out, but yeah. Bank, mail, security, food, saloon, scooter store, graveyard, the mine up there where he's at, where we gotta talk to him about that still. And then a well, which we have a ladder for now. What else was there? We got the carrots. We still need all the flowers. We're gonna go do that in a second. That's for her. He's done. He's done. There. You're done. Oh, we gotta do the photo. Oops. I keep thinking I actually have the ability to sprint. I think it's this one. This one is standing in front of a graveyard. That's totally haunted behavior. Or maybe she's mourning. Did you ever think of that? It's Bonnie. Then why is she smiling? Yeah, good point. Actually, I know who that is. That's Betsy, one of the first shop owners here in Cowboy County. She sold all these gravestones to residents of the town. I suspect that's why she has such a big smile on her face. The smile of a clever businesswoman. Not haunted. Not haunted. Okay, thanks. Okay, so it's not that one. So maybe this one? The mine? This one's super spooky. Surely it has to be a ghost photo. That's old Snappy Fresh. He was one of the original gold miners here in town about 100 years ago. Wow. It's old and creepy. It totally fits the description I'm looking for. Yeah, well, you're out of luck. Oh? Old Snappy Fresh is still alive. How could he be a ghost? He's still alive? How old is he? It's impolite to ask an old person's age. He's 130 years old. How do you know? I asked. Coincidentally, that's how I learned it was rude to ask someone's age. Okay, thanks. What's this one? Is this a ghost? Who? Mark? Ha ha ha. Nah, I wish Mark was a ghost. What? That didn't come out right. LOL. That's my ex-husband. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. Why did you get divorced? Seems like it's a really personal question. Seems like a pretty personal question. My bad. Bah, I'm just kidding. He's not really my ex-husband. I actually don't know who that is, but I call him Mark. I think that photo is over 50 years old. Take my word for it, though. That's not a haunted photo. It has nice energy. Okay. Ma'am, I can't take your word on anything. You keep lying and then say just joking. That's not how this works. Maybe it's the dog? Is this a ghost? Ha! I doubt it. That's a photo of a visitor from about a year ago. They came and changed all the colors in Cowboy County. It was really weird and messy. Fun, though. And they're still alive? I sure hope so. Thanks. Okay. And then this one. Ooh, I like this one. I hope it's not haunted. Bad luck, detective. This is the most haunted photo of all. Oh, why? Legend has it, this rabbit was a real mean guy. He would put banana peels out for people to trip on, give people wedgies, you name it. Wow, that's horrible. Yeah. Wait. Sorry, I'm thinking of someone else. How embarrassing. No, yeah, this guy was the sheriff about 80 years ago. A great sheriff, loved by all. So not haunted? Nope, sorry. All good. That's all of them, though. This is really loud, by the way. Way louder than anything else in this game. Ow. It's the most haunting thing is how loud that is. Is this like Mario? Oh! Is this like Mario? Am I gonna jump into the painting? Who is this? Looks like an actual person, not a, these animals, right? Wait, was this one here before? I don't remember. It has such a strange energy to it. Yeah, I suddenly feel really chilly when I look at it. He's handsome, yet cold, like he's seen too much. A man who has lived 1,000 lives. There's a kindness to him, but also a great mystery. Bonnie? Yes, detective. I think this is a haunted photo. I think you might well be right. May I take it? Please do. I'd be glad to be rid of it. Awesome. Love that. Oh, now he's got red eyes. Alright, cool. So we got that. Let's take a moment for a break from talking. We're gonna get these flowers here, right? That's a prickly cactus. Good thing I have the gloves. Get those, head up to him, right? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, we got a flower. Get this flower, and then we're gonna talk to him about the mine, because I'm not sure why we're gonna ask him about the mine. I don't remember him mentioning it at all. Scooter everywhere. Oops. Hello? Oh. More questions? Tell him about the mine. Any reason you're hanging out by the mines? Well, yeah. I heard there's gold in there. Wow. I really like gold. I don't mean to sound insensitive, but I want to ask. Is it a thing for sloths to like gold? Why do you ask? My friend Martin is a sloth and also loves gold. He made a crown out of it. Sounds heavy. Yeah. Well, I haven't really thought about it before, but yes, I think sloths do like gold. But then again, who doesn't? I find it doesn't suit my complexion. I think anything would suit your complexion. But anyway, I've been trying to get into the mine, but it's all blocked up. Dang. Have you tried exploding it with dynamite? What? No, that sounds really dangerous. I was thinking more along the lines of a pickaxe. Oh, that would probably be better, yeah. Do you have one? I can trade you for, a shovel. I'll think about it. Okay, now we gotta get him a pickaxe. I haven't seen one of those around at all. I wonder if it's back in the store. Needs a pickaxe. Alright. There was that other flower over there. I don't think we can get in that way, though. Or we can be a boss and do it. Yeah, alright. Another cactus flower. That's 3 cactus flowers. And that will be 4 right here. Yes! So now we can get the stew and we can get that to lobster cop. Awesome. So we need a pickaxe. We need a forged ID. We can get that from the mouse probably. Pickaxe, forged ID, stew, haunted picture. Let's do this. Yo, we got your picture. I took a look at all the photos in the saloon, and I think this one is definitely a ghost. Oh, really? How do you know? Bonnie helped me out by telling me the stories of all the photos. The rest of the photos seem pretty normal, but this one is something else. I can just tell. The energy from this photo is very spooky and suspicious. I should have known right away, but I suppose I can only be so smart. I suppose that's true. Is it okay if I take a photocopy of this? That's fine. Hopefully this is enough proof for the Ghost Spotters League to finally let me in. If they don't, it's their loss. Thanks. Hey, can I give you something for your help? What do you have? A pickaxe! I mean, I needed one of those, but why do you have that? Why? Sorry? Why do you have a pickaxe? What's it to you? Can't I just carry around a pickaxe? Is there something wrong with that? No, I guess not. But usually when people give stuff to me, they have some reason for having it in the first place. Do people give stuff to you often? Yeah, pretty often. Okay. Well, I don't really have an explanation for the pickaxe thing. Sorry. That's okay, I guess. Just one more mystery that will haunt me for the rest of my days. That seems really intense. It's just a pickaxe. For you, maybe. Whatever. Thanks for the pickaxe. We're not going to question why the mailman just has a pickaxe in the town, carries it around. But we got it. So now we can go back up to that mine and get the shovel when we need to. Okay. So with that, let's go get that ID. Yo. Do you mind if I question you about the case I'm working on? Here, I need a fake ID. You mentioned you can forge identification, right? I sure can. I was wondering if you could help me out. Sure, anything for my friend the detective. Amazing. I need to get a fake ID made for Susie. Can you help? Can do. Did you want to know what it's for? Nope, I'm not interested in other people's business. I'll get that ready for you in a jiffy. Oh. Alright, all done. Anything else I can help you with? I think I'm good for now. Thanks so much. No worries, partner. We're not gonna question why you needed a saw for this fake ID. Forged ID. Awesome. Please don't go forging IDs, kids. It's not smart. What's in there? Probably the hats. What do you want to bet the hats are in there? Yo, I got your ID so you can get into the bank to get your ID. Here you go. Okay, so before I give you this, just know that this makes me very uncomfortable, but I know how important it is for me to solve this case and impress Lobster Cop. So, here's your fake ID. Yes! This rules. It looks so realistic. I don't think it looks realistic at all, but it should be enough to get you in. Okay, I'll be right back. It worked! Thanks, detective. I'll be sure to tell everyone I know about how you helped me. Oh, no, that's okay. You don't need to tell anyone. Hear ye, hear ye. The detective helped me break into a bank. No, no. They should call you the burglar. I do not want to be called that. Fine, fine. Here, I got the map out for you. And I got my real ID out, so I won't be breaking the rules anymore. I'm glad to hear it. Thanks for the map. I think it'll be a big help. Okay. And then needs we solve that. Pickaxe, stew. Oops. Well, let's do it. Right on in, right on into the saloon. Here we go. Yo, I got your ingredients. No, I know what you need. Here it is. Here's a carrot. You're the best detective. I simply went next door and bought some. That's so cool. I'll add them to the stew now. And then here's your flour. Great. Here's what I collected. I'll add them to the stew. I really wish you'd told me that the cactus flowers are so hard to get. I nearly pricked myself. Haha, did you? That's so funny. It's not funny at all. It's hilarious. It's not hilarious. That would have hurt. Yeah, it would have. Good thing I managed to find some gloves. Ew, like secondhand gloves? First and secondhand, yep. Well, thanks for getting them. No problem. Hey, would you look at that? What? You got all the ingredients. I mean, it was a pretty simple task. I'm so proud of you. What's wrong? Feels a little condescending. What's condescending about being proud of you? All I did was pick some flowers and go to the store. That's more than I did, I suppose. Just give me a sec. I'll finish up the stew and give you some. Great, thanks. I reckon I could give this to Lobster Cop. Do whatever you want. We got some stew, everyone. Goodness, this is longer than I thought it'd be. This might be, looking at the time, this might end up being a 3-part. Just depends. Let's see if we can wrap it up. I want to wrap this mystery up. Be home in time for dinner. Let's give this guy a pickaxe. I'm pretty sure the shovel's going to be used in the graveyard. I don't know what we should go check out the well next. Here's your pickaxe for your gold. Sure did. I have one here if you'd be willing to trade for the shovel. Oh, I'd love that, thanks. Could also trade for a nice dinner. Just you and I. I'll take the shovel for now. Offer's open. Maybe after I've solved the case. Okay. I was saying just in time for dinner. Free meal's a free meal. You're a little forward, though. But can't get upset at the confidence. I hope he didn't do it. May I have the shovel now? Do I just wait, I own the shovel, right? I have a shovel and a bowl of stew. Oh yeah, them jumps. What else do we need to do? Help them out. We've helped pretty much everyone out. Just gotta give Lobster Cop his stew. And we'll go into the well real quick, see what's over there. What else did Lobster Cop need anyways? Crime scene map, criminal tool, key, meal. We don't have the key or the criminal tool yet. This ladder is perfect for climbing down this well. Lucky me. Yeah. Oh, look, a key. Thank you. People are so careless nowadays. Ever heard of a keychain? I'll take this with me. All right. Not only is this ladder perfect for climbing down, I can also use it for climbing up. Lucky me. Really? We're just gonna leave that there then. And be on our way. And give you your stew. Finally. So are you finished? Huh? Did you find all the things I asked for? I think so. Well, we didn't really get a tool yet, did we? Let's take a look. A map of the crime scene. That looks like a map of the graveyard. Well, that could be it, but we'll have to wait and see. A tool capable of aiding criminal activity. Oh, a shovel, I think you could be right, detective. A key that will lead us to a clue. That sure looks like a key to me. Any idea where it could lead? A meal for the #1 best detective. Ah, thank you very much. As the #1 best detective, this stew is clearly for me. Huh, would you look at that? The rookie came through. Nice work, detective. Thank you, Lobster Cop. You go ahead and check out the crime scene. I'll be right behind. I just have some quick business to attend to. I can do that. I'll take that meal now, though. It's all yours. Enjoy. Okay. So now we're probably going to use the key to open up the, open this up. Well, here goes nothing. Okay. And there was no said behind, right? So we, right? Like if we look at the map behind it. Can we go in this at all? No? Okay. Very small. It's a very, considering the stature of Detective Frog, this is a very small door. So back here, right here. Is this it? Or are we gonna solve it right now? An odd crime, if you ask me. I wish I could figure out the motive of this crime. Doesn't make any sense. Oh well, I'll just dig these up and hope Lobster Cop has more information. Great, I found the hats. I'm sure everyone will be so relieved to have them back. I'll take them back to town. It sure is nice to have a simple resolution to this mystery. I don't think it's so simple. Why did that... why did it sound like a picture went off? Like a flash. Lost hats. The music's gone. Everyone's there. Oh, he's totally the bad guy, and he's framing us for this. Why would he do that? That has to be it, right? He took a picture. He said that the evidence, right? Why is the music gone? Like, should it be gone? We're gonna have to find out in a second. Here comes the detective now. Just in time for the town meeting to begin. The first order of business is poem. Please read a poem. Hello, I would like to read you my poem. This is my first time performing a poem and I am nervous. Please do not laugh. Oh, that's why the music stopped. Here we go. I saw a cowboy eat a snack, a bowl of cereal near the tracks. He finished quickly, smart and sure, then headed off to get some more. But just ahead, to his shock, there was Nessie from the lock. He waddled over, concentrated face, only to discover a tumbleweed in its place. The cowboy smiled and shook his head, and off he went, back to bed. Yay! You did it, dude. Thank you for the poem. Next order of business, crime solved. I am pleased to announce I have recovered. I'll stop you right there, detective. Huh? I am pleased to announce I have found the culprit in the case of the missing hats. I worked hard to come to this conclusion, so I trust I will have your full attention as I go through the facts. Please pay attention. Earlier today, I had the pleasure of appointing Mason Mole the title of sheriff. Everybody likes this. Yes, this is a universally loved decision. Shortly after the detective arrived. That's me. Quiet, please, detective. Well, as soon as the detective arrived, I'm sure you all noticed your hats go missing. What? They were missing before I got there. Wait, it is with great sadness that I have to tell you this. The culprit of this crime, the hat-stealing monster of Cowboy County, is none other than the second best investigator, Frog Detective! Wait, no. Wait, what? I have been presented a piece of evidence by our very own Mason Mole that ties the detective to the crime. What evidence? This! What is with them eyebrows? No, this is a mistake. I was digging up the hats because I'd found their location. Then why do you look so mischievous? I don't. Someone has drawn eyebrows on me. I don't even have eyebrows. You have to admit, detective, you have a big motive. A motive? What? You've come into a town that prides itself on hats. It's a well-known fact that you cannot wear hats. Weird head shape. Yes, thank you, Sheriff Mason Mole. Because of your weird head shape. But I don't mind if other people wear hats. It seems to me you do, detective. Why else would you steal the hats and hide them where nobody would ever find them? But I didn't, I swear. Tell it to the judge. What judge? That's a good point. We haven't seen a crime like this in our society before. We'll have to invent a punishment. I have an idea. What is it? Bad room. What? That's less of an idea, more of an ominous concept. I will elaborate. We put Frog Detective in the bad room for punishment of crime. No! An excellent, if shocking idea, Sheriff Mason Mole. We will construct the bad room at once. I already made it. It is in my office. Oh, well, in that case. Detective, I sentence you to 1 year of living in the bad room. This is the worst day of my life. What in the world? That's... Okay, I wasn't expecting this. I mean, I maybe was expecting the framing, kind of. The mole was very, very weird. Wasn't expecting the lobster to be in on it, though. Like that. Gets sent to the bad room. We went to prison, everyone.
Just wanna go home to Slippery Pond, where the air is fresh.
I like this song. I hope it's not copyrighted. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to mute it for you all, unfortunately.
I've been in here for far too long.
That's where they're ending it? Like, it can't be where Frog Detective as the burglar. Introducing Mason Mole as the sheriff. Guest starring Mary as young Frog Detective and young Supervisor. A game by Worm Club. Is that really it? Frog Detective 3. Corruption at Cowboy County. What? Is there a fourth one? I need to know what happens to Frog Detective. Supervisor, Bonnie, Dusty, Wendy, Rhonda Dynamite, Sherman, Pistol, Craig, and Susie. And a special thanks to Lobster Cop, and Mason Mole. Special apologies to Frog Detective fans, optimists, Cowboy County residents, Sherman, Kylie Minogue. I feel like she'd be upset. Friends and family. We don't have anyone else to credit, and there is still time left on the song. The following credits are from Degrassi, The Next Generation, Season 6, Episode 11. What? It's a cool song, though. And then there's just a picture of the frog just sitting there, wondering what he did. And we've been played.
Took my time in learning how to be the best.
Is this really the end? Are we gonna have to wait for the next one? Are we gonna be left on a super cliffhanger here or what?
Maybe I might.
Someone let me know if this really is like credits of Degrassi. And are they allowed to do that? I mean, I guess they can if they want to. They announced it, said what it is, they credited it. Stunt coordinators. We needed stunt coordinators for the scooter scenes, you know? Definitely would be an interesting way to just sort of end this series, right? Huh. Hmm. Wait, why is there a computer here? Did he forget about it? And so now we're going to use it? Oh. To my loyal Frog Blog readers. It's hour number 1 of my time in the bad room. I know that I'm innocent. Unfortunately, because the number 1 best detective put me here, nobody will believe me. That's what you get for being second best. Well, that's depressing. I'm not sure anybody reads my frog blog anymore because of my alleged crimes. But if you are reading, thank you. I hope to prove my innocence in the case of the hat theft and return to being as good of a detective as I can be. I'm not sure why Sheriff Mason Mole has framed me, but my hope is that it's all just one big misunderstanding, as is the case with most of the mysteries I am involved in. It would really hurt my feelings to know that he did this on purpose. I am grateful that Lobster Cop has given me access to a computer so I can continue to write my blog posts. Though I must say, I'm not sure if I'll have much to write about here. Thank you for reading Frog Detective. Send. Who got this? Oh, it's Mystery Monkey. Ah, Mystery Monkey. This is terrible. I can't believe this. If you don't know who this is, you need to go watch that first episode. Mo, what's going on? I'm reading the latest Frog blog post. I was so excited to see how the detective solved the mystery in Cowboy County. But I can't believe it. The detective has been framed for a crime. Crime is real? Let's not jump to any conclusions here. Of course, sorry. What do we do, Mo? We get back to our science work? I can't possibly concentrate on our scientific discoveries in these conditions. Mo, I have to help the detective. How are you going to do that? I'll have to solve the mystery myself. Are we gonna play as another character? Whoa! Go Power Monkey. I don't know. Sherlock Monkey? Some serious bops in this game. What is this? Look after the lab, Mo. I'm not coming back until I've proven the detective's innocence. Wow, Mystery Monkey is so cool. A little later. Supervisor, can I help you? Hi, Supervisor. My name is Mystery Monkey. We talked on the phone a while back about the mystery of the haunted island. Of course. How could I forget? It's good to see you. Likewise. I realize this is highly unusual, but I'm here about one of your detectives. Ah, is it Lobster Cop? No. Investigator Eel? No. Inspector Iguana? The Incredible Sandy Moth? PI? No, none of those. I'm here about Frog Detective. Oh, of course, our second best detective. Well, the detective isn't around right now. I sent my top 2 investigators to help over in Cowboy County. You haven't heard? Heard what? The detective has been framed for a crime over in Cowboy County. It's terrible news. How can you be sure it's a setup? The story doesn't add up, and I know Frog Detective would never do something so horrible as steal the town's hats. Well, there is a clear motive there. I know, but it's so out of character. Even if the detective is guilty, the punishment is really harsh. The detective has been sent to the bad room. Oh no. What's the bad room? It's something that Sheriff Mason Mole invented. Mason Mole? That name sounds familiar. Oh? I've seen him around before, just sort of loitering around the office. Loitering, you say? I remember a kind of shady guy hanging around on Martin's Island back when we were there to investigate the ghost noises. He arrived shortly before the detective, but I didn't get a chance to catch his name. He didn't even say hello. When I saw his photo on the Frog blog, I knew right away something was wrong. Great detective skills, Mystery Monkey. I know it's a big ask, but do you mind if I snoop around in Frog Detective's office to look for clues? Be my guest. Oh my goodness. We're still going. New playable character unlocked. Okay. Unfortunately, though, I have other obligations that I have to get to today, so I can't continue as much as I'd love to. I thought this was going to end, but it looks like it's going to go on for a good bit longer. They added a lot to this, so we're going to have to pick this up later in the next episode. Wow. Okay. I'm impressed. I honestly I wasn't expecting this direction. I thought it would be another short, simple, sweet mystery. But this is cool. I'm liking this. If you guys are liking this too, please click the like button and comment um, on if you expected this and if you're liking this story as well. Do you like this series? I thought it was kind of cool. It's charming and it's very different from a lot of Let's Plays that I see out there. So I hope it's unique and interesting to you. With that, this is Frog Detective Mystery number 3, although now it's Mystery Monkey Detective, so, you know, maybe a spin-off sequel soon happening? Anyways, I'm your host, PsychCoffee. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.